Welcome back to the Supremely Black Podcast. This is your co-host D Rose. What it do? What it do, fella?
What up, what up, what up? You big kinfolk Jay Flake, man. This week has been exciting. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Just got on the tour, still rolling, just did Birmingham. Let me tell y'all something. Full house, not an empty seat in the building. Your boy showed out. I had folks saying we walked up while you was on stage and we heard folks laughing from outside of the club. So your boy showed out, did his thing. At Birmingham, I want to say it's my first time ever getting a laugh break. And what I mean by that is comedians know what I'm talking about. Like, I was in the middle of telling a joke. I hit them with one punchline. They laughed so hard, I just had to stop and just wait till everybody calm down and then just continue on. So, man, that was great. Went from there, went straight to Atlanta, Underground Comedy Theater. We showed out there as well. So big shout out to the 4-piece No Biscuit tour. Make sure you follow that on social media, on Instagram also. We got a Instagram page, 4-piece No Biscuit tour. Because, man, we just told their mouths out. I know some people just be saying it. Now, we really told their mouths out in Birmingham and in Atlanta. Like, it was... So hopefully everything grow from there. I'm still on the high right now from having good times. Outside of that, my middle child did her first high school varsity cheerleading game this past week. So that was pretty fun. I had to enjoyed that, going out there watching them cheerlead. Her football team lost, but you know, it is what it is. It was a good game overall. And as long as she had a good time out there cheerleading for her first high school game, man, it was great. It was wonderful. So this week has got me on the high. What about you, Spears? What's been popping?
Ain't nothing really. Been punching the clock on both ends. Got a second job, so just been doing that, grinding and all of that stuff. So that's really it with me. Just trying to make sure I get my sleep when I can, here and there. That's about it.
Hey, man,
Late nights, early morning.
But nah, man, shout out to the 4-piece and the biscuit tour, man. I can hear the excitement in your voice, man. That's actually dope to sell out. How many seats was in the spot?
270.
Hey, you doing your thing, man. And then Atlanta went well too, so that's major, bro. Yeah, Kane Ridge lost up there, man. That kind of shocked me, but I ended up reading on the website or whatever that they had a bunch of penalties and turnovers. They just pretty much couldn't get around. So that's what's up. But yeah, everything solid on my end, man. Just been grinding, getting everything in line, working out, still fasting. Really just chilling, man. You know, Madden came out for the folks to get on the game, and so. You know, if you want any smoke, you can definitely holler at me, and we can find it. And because it's cross-play now, so I don't want to hear no. I just got the PS5. We all can get it in. So that's about it, man. I'm blessed. Everybody here, you know, I can't complain. But Malin actually put on last week though, and won their game.
They did. I didn't know they was losing though. I think it was 21-0 at one point.
14-0 in the first
14-0. Came back and won.
Yeah. So yeah, they were supposed to be. They were supposed to get their ass whooped. Apparently, how it was, but I guess it was an upset. I guess it's just so different to be hearing Milan as an underdog. Besides being in like, you know, Thanksgiving week or the state championship, but
right,
that's what it is now. But now everything's solid on my end, man. But.
And since you brought them up, salute to everybody on that 98 state championship team down there in Maryland. They will be having a celebration for them coming up here in next week. For all those who's on that 98 state championship team, they'll be celebrating them Friday night and announcing all those people. So shout out to all of them.
Oh yeah,
25 years. Can't believe it's been that long.
You going to that jump?
No, sir. Too short notice for me. I got a comedy tour. I got a comedy tour and other stuff going on. Yeah, they just let us know like this week. Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna be able to make that.
Yeah, I know y'all was back to back though, so next year should be the 25 for the 99 jump. So
yeah, I'm gonna pull up on the one next year for sure.
okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So we might well just go on and jump into it, man. For the people that watch sports, Sha'Carri Richardson out of Dallas won in was it Budapest? So she won 100 meters in record time. I think it was 10.64. So she revenged herself. A lot of people haven't seen her on the scene since 2021 when she had lost to the Jamaicans. I think made a little video about it, but you've seen every meme in the book in regards to her losing and her response in the interview. She stood on business though, and she beat all of them. And I was good to see that they still had love for each other, embraced each other, took pictures and all that. But did you fellas get a chance to check it out and see anything that was going on? Did you see a different reaction to the internet when she won than when she lost?
Yeah, I still seen a lot of people sharing it. Like right after she won, I was getting Twitter notifications of the video, and that's how I seen it. I seen it through the video through social media feed, her winning the race, man. So I'm glad she got that focus back. I'm glad that she did go back and stand on business, because she did say she will be back, and she is back for sure. You can tell in her physique that she's been training hard and she's shaped a little different. So and you see her mental is back to being where it needs to be, and she has grown. So in her interview is more positive, is more focused on the races, is more so. Hey, I'm glad she did make that 360. I'm glad she did prove the doubters wrong. But yeah, I still see it. I still see a lot of people sharing it. I mean, it's still. I don't think anybody turned their back on her. I just think as far as social media go, you gonna get these jokes. I don't care who you are. Like I don't care who you are. You do something wrong, you lose. You gonna, especially if you extremely cocky like she was, you gonna get these jokes. Usain Bolt, he would have got it too, because you know he was super cocky. And somebody else would have beat him, he would have got it too. So it's just like you can't look at social media because you're gonna get them jokes regardless. But I still seen a lot of people sharing that stuff.
Yeah, I would say she definitely avenged herself, but humility has a way of humbling you. So I mean, it was just a growing pain. She's a young woman and everything. So you know, you handle things differently with maturity and growth, and sometimes you go through growing pains. So I think everything that she's been through prepared her for what she's done now since the World Championships are over, and what is projected for her to do in the future with the Tokyo Olympic Games, and then or is it in France? I can't remember.
No, it's Tokyo.
Okay, Tokyo Olympic Games, and then even if she pursues to go to Olympics after that and win some more World Championships and things like that. So humility has a way of humbling you. Like Flake said though, the internet is undefeated, so the jokes gonna come. I mean, that's one thing that the internet don't do. They don't stop. They don't. I mean, to be honest, the jokes be funny sometimes. So and everybody gets it. They don't show no favoritism or biasness to anybody. So everybody could get it as far as the internet. So you really can't be mad at that, especially when you do something that puts yourself in the limelight. I mean, you got to expect the good with the bad, but I'm glad that she did redeem herself. I'm glad that she is back to training the way that she knows she needs to train, because anytime she was putting in the work, she was literally 1-2 in the world when she was putting in the work. But when she wasn't, you could tell that it wasn't happening and she wasn't doing what needed to be done to compete. So I'm proud of her. I support her and I'm cheering for her, and I hope I wish her nothing but the best, but I hope health is the only thing that can derail her, in my opinion. So I hope that she stays healthy throughout this journey that she's on right now, and so I support her, and I'm happy.
Now there was some speculation. There's a few videos that it came out that she had chose the people that she interviewed with very strategic after the event. Now, it said that she only went to speak with the Black analysts and supporters. Now, so the reason why I said is the support the same? It took ESPN and a couple of them. I mean, it's on there now. But when she lost, that was really trending. So I don't know if she felt like everybody else felt and felt like, I don't know if she thought that the white coverage was more harsh than Black people was in, like a supporter, and it was kind of a back and forth. But I seen the videos, and she literally walked through the entire tunnel of people that was trying to interview and just saying no thanks, no thanks, no thanks. And then she got to the end where there was brothers and sisters interviewing, and she stopped and actually talked to them. What's y'all thoughts on that?
Well, that's the I don't know the correct term because I'm not a journalist and I ain't never stood in the hall, but or fought to interview somebody. But that's the very aftermath of the race. But when you're sitting at the press conference, she can't dictate who's in there, white, black, green, purple, whether you from Budapest, America, China, or whatever. Those journalists and reporters, you can't dictate who's in there or who asks you questions or whatnot. Now you could say, I decide not to answer your question, but you can't dictate who in there. But the one when you walking through the tunnel or whatever the case may be, yeah, you could say no thanks or whatever and all that other stuff. But the press conference, you can't avoid who's in there or who asks you questions or whatever the case may be. So as far as that go, I don't feel no way about it because people pick and choose all the time right after the aftermath who they decide to give their time to an interview with, because a lot of the stuff is based on relationships. So based on the relationship that you build in the rapport that you have with certain journalists, you're going to go to them right after always and let them have the time of the day, and other ones are going to get curved or dismissed all the time. That's just the nature of the business.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. That's what she did immediately after the race, was go back and talk to the people that she's most comfortable with and doing the interview. Now, we don't know the backstory. Now, sometimes these reporters, I know what Stephen A. talked about when he was a beat writer, he used to text and conversate with NBA players. So we don't know if that's what's been happening as well with her, that some of those reporters, even when she was down, even when the internet was going crazy, they might have been texting her or reaching out and saying, hey, keep your head up. You know, the next race you get, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to keep up with what you got going on. Or they might have messed up before she got back on the rise with, you know, these races. Or after she won one, it might be like, I see you. Because she done won a few races in a row. She been, ever since she done came back and won a few in a row, she been in the news. So these might have been, you know, beat writers and whatnot reaching out to her just personally and just reaching out saying, hey, I see what you're doing. I'm watching. I'm going to be here. Please make sure we can, you know, have an interview and make sure you do right. And I'm not going to ask you any crazy questions and stuff like that. Like Spirit said, building their relationship. So I'm not mad at her. Go with, in them situations, go with who you comfortable with. Go with who you know for sure is not going to make you look bad. Go with the people who've been reaching out to you through the ups and downs or whatever. Some of these reporters, sometimes what I hear, like I said, I'm not a writer. Like Spirit saying, we're not writers and nothing like that, but you hear certain things where they keep in contact with some of these athletes or whoever in between time. So I'm definitely not mad at that at all.
Yeah, and that's how I feel, because I honestly just felt like it came from maturity and growth from learning from the situation in 2021. And then, of course, when she was deemed as ineligible because she had marijuana in the system after grieving her mother passing. So you never know who she could have came encounter with. But I think with her being strategic with it, they just happen to be Black. I would look at it from a relationship tip and not really want to just go back into that space to where she previously was and how people viewed her. So I'm not going to let you paint this picture. But then again, if she knew them, that pretty much just put their platform on a uptick, because if the only interviews that she did besides being at the podium was with those unknown media platforms, then that's just an alley-oop, honestly. So yeah, I seen this growth. I seen a lot of people saying like ignorance is bliss. Look how fast she turns on the people that's supporting her. But people, you know what I'm saying? You as an athlete, you know how it be. Like I ain't trying to hear all that, bro. Stay on that same side that you was on when you wasn't rocking with me. You know, that's just how it go. But yeah, that was just my.
And it also could have been she in a couple of years she could have went through some media training as well. Because I'm knowing if you listen to her answers, they ain't long like they used to be. They short, to the point. Next question. I'm not going to no extra, none of that. I'm gonna think about it. Okay, I'm gonna give you this 1 or 2 liner, then that's it. You're not getting any long answers out of her anymore with these questions.
Yeah. And it's been like, because I've been watching her the entire time going up through it, and I think she had finished it like second and 1. The media came back out, then she had won a race, and so all the the fans and stuff, supporters trying to take pictures. She went straight up there to her grandmother, another young lady, and the dude hugged them and walked straight on out. And this was like months ago, but again, she wasn't considered as like the world champion. So now everything is going to be under critique again. But she's been staying away from just everybody. It's like she's been very intentional in regards to where she go and who she with. And I mean, I think it's smart. I mean, because you see how it come. Like everybody and their mama had something to say about her smoking weed or getting caught with weed in her system, but everybody ain't lost their mama. So you can never judge somebody if they grieving. So that's just what that is. But nah, that was my thoughts on it.
I hope she continue to play smart, because when you become the world champion and you get the Olympic bid, that's when all these other people start coming. Nike, Wheaties, whoever else, champion with jogging suits or whatever. That's when your endorsements start to hit. That's where a lot of the Olympic people, the sprinters, the runners, anybody who go to the Olympics, they make a lot of their money off endorsements. So I hope we continue on to be on that path so she can get a run of bands up with these endorsements.
I want to say she was with Nike though. I don't think
she lost any of her endorsements. So I think she still got Nike and Beats by Dre and all that other stuff as endorsers of her and everything. I don't think she lost any of her endorsements. I will say this though, I don't know if y'all seen this interview, but at the end when she did the press conference, a reporter did ask her a question that she didn't really like, and she was like, I don't know why you asked me that question if you've seen how I did in 2022, and then she answered the question and she was like, but people like you ask nonsensical questions, basically. That ain't the phrase there or the term that she used, but something like that, nonsensical questions. So she still got a little petty in her, but she is handling herself better. But again, I think that's just a testament to everything that she's been through, but then also the person that she is and the strength that she's showing just by doing what she's doing on the track and off the track. So like I said, salute to her, and I support her. So
he says still got some petty on her. I think it's gonna make people respect you though at the end of the day. Like for a fact you asking that question to be antagonized, and like you're not asking me that to really ask me a question to see how I really feel about it. Like you're picking, like in a professional way, this is what you're trying to do, ask and antagonize a question. Like, no, don't do that. Like, you know what you're leading to. So
well in their defense, because I just watched the interview and it shed some light on some things, even though I knew this, but again, a lot of times we don't think about it, but in their defense, the reporters have to ask those questions because that's what their editors say, and if they don't do it, they'll get fired and they'll find somebody else to ask the questions. Now, a lot of times they don't want to ask certain questions, or a lot of times they don't even have the cachet to turn down or to ignore their editors to not ask the questions. But that's again why I guess you gotta do the grunt work and work yourself up there, because dang, who was it? I think it was Stephen A. and another one said, sometimes when their editors are in their ear telling them to ask this question, if they have that bond or that relationship with that person, they just ignore them. And because of the work that they put in and who they are, they have the I'm not gonna say the right, but they have the authority to ignore their editor at times and not ask certain questions, because they know that their relationship with whoever that they're interviewing or whoever they're in front of is more important than what the editor's trying to do. But that's just the nature of the business too. Just from being a journalist, sometimes you do have to ask the questions, the tough, hard questions that the actual person might not want to answer or deal with. But again, because their life is in front of the world, the world's gonna be interested in asking these questions of how you dealing with stuff and all that other stuff. So I mean, it's a catch-22 because again, when you get paid more than most people in the world and you do things in front, I mean, some things it's just the nature of the business, and you got to do it. So you got to take the good with the bad, because again, everybody ain't as privileged as you to be a stellar athlete and to have these God-given gifts that's going to accrue them millions of dollars a year and these endorsements and all that other stuff. So again, you got to take the good with the bad. And again, you have to understand sometimes some people are scratching and fighting to make ends meet by, because reporters, especially certain reporters, only making about 60, 70,000 plus a year or whatever. But the more that you put in work, the higher you get paid. But it ain't no $1 million a year unless you're one of those few who's like a Stephen A. or a Michael Wilbon or something like that, a Shannon Sharp. But outside of that, far and in between are making that big money in that field. So they got to do what they got to do.
All right, that's a good breakdown. So the peons got to ask the petty questions. All right, so that's cool. This is what it is. They ain't got no juice. They can't just be like, all right, I ain't hear that. So that's all good. So but shout out to Sha'Carri though and the sisters from Jamaica. I mean, it was a great race, and I'm really glad, like I said, that they had the bond and took the pictures, and they were even joking. The Jamaican girl asked her, do you know how long it's been since an American ran a race? And Sha'Carri had responded and said, yeah, because of y'all. Like, so, you love to see that because, that's just what it is. But let's get into it, man. So football season is around the corner. What's your thoughts? I mean, unbiased opinions. What's your thoughts going into the season? Who you think the top team's gonna be? We're gonna go Super Bowl pick yet, but I mean, what you expecting out of this NFL season? Have you seen anything in the preseason games that make you think about the top rookies, top teams, anything like that?
It's hard to comment on this and not have some type of bias with it.
No, it's not.
It's real hard. It's real hard. It's real hard for me. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to do that. I'm realistic, but it's hard at the same time. I ain't really watched too much of the preseason because I don't go by preseason. Because Baltimore Ravens ain't lost a preseason game in they like 24-0 in the preseason.
They just lost.
They lost last night.
They lost. Okay.
They 23 game streak was snapped.
That was their first loss after 24 games. 23, and they ain't been in that one Super Bowl here recently. So I don't really be going out here recently. So I don't really be going off of preseason and all that, to be honest with you. I can't wait to see what Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are going to do, because the Jets have added pieces with Aaron Rodgers going now. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. I can't wait to see what Jimmy G going to do with the Raiders. Can he stay healthy? Jimmy G can't never stay healthy. If he can't stay healthy, they might well keep Derek Carr. But he got some weapons. He won't have the same defense that he had for 49ers. But the Raiders do have some weapons on the offensive end, so I want to see how he's going to do there. I want to see how. I want to see. We got a little deuce on the Cowboys, so I definitely want to see how he's going to do, because he can get, no pun intended, get little behind the big line that we have, and linebackers usually have a problem seeing little running backs like that. You got a running backs like 5'5", 5'8", 5'7". Linebackers say it's hard to see them because the line is usually 6'4" and up. So he can pick whatever hole, and nobody never see him until we shoot through the hole. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking to see if the Chiefs can do it again, because they had everybody shook last year. I don't think it was too many people in the beginning thinking the Chiefs was gonna win the championship after losing Hill. So we definitely gonna. I definitely want to see how that's gonna be. And then we got the Dolphins, which you got the fastest offense in the league. So I definitely want to see how explosive they gonna be. Because man, on paper, them boys can straight up fly.
Yeah, that's a real track team. Like
that's a real track team.
Real life.
And I'm hoping my boys can keep that defense going. We was top 5 in defense last year. So I'm looking forward to see what our defense is gonna do this year. I'm only talking defense. I'm just gonna leave it at that with you.
All right. So I don't think Jimmy G just Jimmy G. I think he hit his height. That's all it is around him. I'm not really impressed with him. I think the Jets gonna be solid. That defense real gritty. We're gonna see what Rodgers can do. I ain't gonna lie, man. I want to see what CJ do down here in Houston. I just feel like because what they put together it might be a couple years, but Anderson, Stroud, like they got some pieces over there. I want to see what their little young cats do when they get out here and play a little ball. And to me, they're in a division that's wide open because they ain't no favorite out of the AFC South. Like all them teams trash, honestly. But yeah, I'm interested in kind of seeing what the rookies really gonna bring to the table. And Lil Deuce, I will say he's been running that pill in the preseason. I know he's going against cats that might not be on the team, but I mean, it ain't like he was a number 1 pick or first round pick. So it's solid, man. And if I'm gonna put it this way, it's 2 people. If Russell Wilson, if Sean Payton can't fix Russell, he should go. And if y'all still believe in Dak, if he blow it another year, that's on y'all. And I leave it at that. But them 2 on the hot seat, I feel like both of them have underperformed with the talent that they've had around them. Russ may get a little break because he came in with a new coach. But Dak, I'm going to be real with y'all, bro. This ain't no hate. At some point, Jerry going to have to realize that he still y'all quarterback and y'all ain't going too far with it. That team is loaded, bro.
Hey, see. I ain't say nothing.
No, we going there. We might well go
the
there.
Broncos. I ain't say nothing bad. I talk about the defensive Cowboys. I ain't say nothing about the Broncos. No, Russ ain't gonna do good this year. Sierra pregnant again right now. He ain't focused on football. He too busy in the bedroom trying to make Sierra drop it down low. Let me see you 1, 2 step. Dang, she stay barefoot and pregnant, man. So you already know Russ made his money. He ain't studying Denver. Now, back to Dak. We have changed the play caller. McCarthy's gonna do the play calling now. And I think, to be honest with you, I think this, I'm not saying it. What I'm saying is I agree with what you're saying. Like, okay, we changing who's gonna call the plays now. If you don't do nothing this year, we got a problem. Like we done changed it over, we done swapped it out, we doing whatever. He has announced his main focus is not to throw interceptions, not throw a lot of interceptions this year. So it's what he said he focused more on that. So you can't come out. So they have said things to him behind closed doors for him to come out and just say that. You know what I'm saying? And it'll change the play caller. So he got to make some shake. I agree with you. He got to make some shake.
Did they have to say something to him behind the scenes for him not to realize that he's the Achilles heel right now?
When our defense is good as it was last year, that's what made him really realize it. It's like, as good a defense you had, and you out here blowing games, throwing picks. Like, bro, yeah, it's on you. It's on you. Like before, our defense wasn't as good, so it was kind of like he got to try to make a play every play and forced us to put up 50 points. And he ain't had to do that last year. You know what I'm saying? You could have just easy, methodical play. You know what I'm saying? Just protect the football, and we would have been good last year.
Yeah, and I honestly felt like, speaking of Rodgers, I really feel like that y'all was gonna throw the house at to either try to get Brady to come out of retirement or go all in for Rodgers and just do away with that, honestly. Because I'm nowhere near a Cowboys fan, but that defense so trio. Like it's really, bro. I don't understand. After this year, do y'all just pick up Gilmore too?
Yep.
Yeah. No excuses, dog.
Well, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I ain't even gonna get on them too much. I expect us to compete, and I'm hoping for good things, but I'm not gonna get on us too much. I will say this though, and this goes in reference to Jimmy G and that. People got to stop acting like they some sorry ass quarterbacks. Them quarterbacks compete and do put up numbers and get their teams to games and positions that just don't, that they just not lucky enough or blessed enough to get over the hump. Besides last year, Dak's been good, and he ain't solely been the reason why we lost. Our defense was trash besides last year. Last year was the year that we was actually like a solid defense from run game and pass game. We didn't have some, people who put up some stuff and everything, because the year that Trayvon got 11 picks in the season, our run defense was still trash or whatever, but he did good. So he was trash. Now Dak has cost us some games, but here or there, Jimmy G has cost the Niners some games or whatever the case may be. But he balled with the Patriots, he balled with the Niners. We're gonna see what he do. Whatchamacallit. Health has been his biggest demise, like Flake said, and all that other stuff. We'll see what he do with the Raiders. Again, there's still other pieces that need to be around him. I'm really trying to see where Jonathan Taylor goes, or if he gets traded for or whatever. That's going to be a big piece for me, and now also help me decide, like, what's going to happen, because, speculation, or not even speculation, but people saying they want to see him go to the Bills. There are some people who saying they want to see him go to Miami. They want to see him go to the Cowboys. So if he goes to any of those three teams catapult themselves up even more than already the high expectations that they have. So that's a big pickup that I'm interested to see play out. Also, the thing just about quarterbacks in general, there's only one who can win a Super Bowl a year. Outside of that, all of them underperform, and all of them don't do what they need to do, or whatever the case may be. Because look at it, Josh Allen been balling and been on MVP level the past 3 or 4 seasons, but people still talk about how he's on the hot seat and he might not be able to get over the hump. It don't matter if you've been putting up 4,000 passing yards, put up 40 touchdowns. If you don't win that Super Bowl, they're going to start calling for your head or saying that you might not be the quarterback of that team. So it's tough out here unless you name Patrick Mahomes, and that's because Patrick Mahomes is a hell of a quarterback, but he's also in the perfect system for him. So with that coaching staff and him being the player that he is, and then the pieces that they put around him and everything, it makes things work. So it's hard out here for QBs and everything, because Justin Herbert, there's chirps about him, and he just got paid, but there's chirps about him like, is he going to ever get over the hump, and things like that. So as far as the Jets go, I'm not sold on them because that offensive line. So I'm still trying to see what that offensive line going to do or whatever, because it ain't been looking good. And then also the other thing about the Jets is they're not going to surprise nobody this year defensively. So they're not going to surprise nobody. Teams got a whole 17 games worth of film on them. They're going to attack their weaknesses. They're going to attack some of their strengths or whatever the case may be, and all of that stuff. So it's not a surprise no more. So that's the thing. So I think there's about eight teams that got a real shot at the Super Bowl, maybe even 10, depending on what plays out. Because again, I'm not even going to talk negatively about Denver, because if Russ plays like the Russ that we've seen his whole career besides last year, y'all got a chance, because y'all got a hell of a defense, and y'all got some wide receivers, and y'all got some playmakers or whatever, and then y'all getting y'all running back and all of that other stuff. So if Sean Payton gets Russ back to the Russ that we've known him to be for the median and the average of his career, Denver has a chance. So there's a bunch of teams with a chance, and it's gonna be shaky. I'm really excited to see what my boy does, Deshaun Watson does with the Cleveland Browns, now that he's had 6 games to whatever, but then he's been in the regimen again after 2 damn near full years off and all that other stuff, and getting back into the regimen and stuff. So I'm trying to see what he does, because I still think he's one of the best top 5 quarterbacks in the league when he's, you know, in that skill set and actually in his bag and practicing and all that other stuff. And without the 2-year, like I said, almost 2-year layoff and everything, 721 days of not playing football, you're going to come back and be not what you were before you left. So I'm excited about that, but I really can't call it because, like I said, the Jonathan Taylor piece going whatever, there's still some free agent defensive ends that's out there that people could pick up and stuff throughout the year and stuff. You know, injuries have a big piece on what can happen and all this other stuff. One of my favorite rookie receivers is about to have wrist surgery, so Jackson Smith in Jigba for the Seahawks. So we don't know when he's gonna come back and stuff like that. But I'm really excited to see what OBJ do with the Ravens and how Lamar Jackson play coming back from injury, and now that he got receivers, and then, you know, people always talk about he ain't a passing quarterback, so I'm trying to see what he do with all them weapons that he got. So it's a lot of parity in the NFL.
I'm trying to figure out where people get this from that he ain't a passing quarterback. Like, this man be throwing deep balls. He was in college, came in as a passing quarterback. In the pros, he was throwing deep balls and passes all over the place. People got to remember, he didn't get hurt running. He got hurt in that pocket trying to make a pass and play. Like, he just because he can do both, he can run, he's so electrifying when he take off running, don't mean he's not a passing quarterback. And man, I don't know where they get them this from.
I used to foolishly say skin color. I still wouldn't put it past that, but he's an overall athlete. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really think that.
Yeah, because they don't say that about Josh Allen.
I mean, if you watch football, I mean, there's really not much of a difference. Only difference that he got a big arm and he's 6'4". Like, Josh Allen makes terrible reads and runs. Like, he trying to get himself hurt, like, to be for real. But, you know, I think everybody in the league pretty much get outside the pocket now. That's kind of like the norm. If you sit in the pocket, you damn near retired. They all gone. Aaron Rodgers, he got to sit in there. That's about it. Everybody else, Joey Money, get out the pocket. I mean, you name a team, most of them cats getting out the pockets. Maybe who? Kirk Cousins don't. Jimmy G don't.
Burrow don't really.
Who?
Joe Burrow.
No, Joe Money, he'll get up out of there. Not like that's not his goal, but he can extend the play.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's pretty much the league. And
not to cut you off, D Rose. I don't think we brought this up. Geno Smith
balled last year.
I want to see what because a lot of people saying, man, that was just one lucky year. That man balled his ass off last year.
And he got some weapons. See what
Geno Smith gonna do this year too.
He got some weapons, and that defense is young and they solid. Bobby Wagner back. You know, got a running game. The little rookie dude last year was ball. Seahawks, I mean, you know, Seahawks gonna be the Seahawks, man. Pete Carroll just always find a way to punch them right buttons at the right time, and he got them into the playoffs last year, and nobody was even expecting them to even be mentioned late in the year. So we'll see. I don't think it was just like a little lightning in the bottle, though. I really think that's just he got the right system around him, and it was low pressure, so some people produce better in environments where it ain't a lot of high expectation. He got one now, though.
I will say this about Lamar Jackson, though. I think the reason why people call him a running quarterback because he's a better runner than he is a passer, just to be honest. Like, if we being real, he a better runner than he is a passer, but he can pass the ball. And so when you do something so stellar and you're amazing at one thing and you're I'm gonna say above average at another, people are gonna, you know, put that slight on you or whatever. But that's why I'm hoping, like, with the weapons that he has now and everything, because he got Mark Andrews, probably the second or third best tight end in the league, and all that other stuff and everything. So it's going to be with OBJ's, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman. They still got Duvernay, and I think they got one other person. Is it Nelson Aguilar?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
it's Aguilar. Yeah, I think it's Aguilar.
Nelson Aguilar and stuff like that. So he has about 5, 6 weapons that he could use. And then J.K. Dobbins coming back from a year removed from an injury and all that other stuff. So it's gonna be he got a potent offense if him and the new OC can get it together. So I'm excited to see that. But I'm gonna ask y'all who y'all favorites out the NFC and AFC. And then who's your sleeper team? And then and then we could go with the Super Bowl pick.
My sleeper I'm gonna put out there is gonna be the Falcons. I'm gonna put a sleeper out there as being the Falcons as a sleeper team. My favorite at the NFC East is gonna be Cowboys. At the NFC period, gonna be the Cowboys. As the season go on, you will see me being more realistic then, but like, nah, we may or may not. I'll stay on that high. Favorite out the West.
Oh, you doing East Division?
No, I'm just saying the AFC. I'm sorry, not the West, the AFC. Favorite at the AFC. If I want to say it's gonna be the Dolphins. I really want to say it's gonna be the Dolphins because along with their speed, they have experience as well. So it's not like you got a whole bunch of fast people and they don't know what to do in the NFL. No, you got some route runners with speed, and they can protect the quarterback. And all he got to do is get it out there to him. I think the Dolphins can make some things happen. I think they can be lightning in the bottom. So right now, I could be wrong later, but right now, preseason, that's what I'm looking at. No, you know what? Scratch that. I'm going Ravens over the Dolphins because I feel like Lamar gonna play like he got something to prove this year. I feel like he's gonna come out. I got something to prove. I got weapons. And y'all talk about me like a dog last season. I think he's gonna come out with a chip on his shoulder. OBJ gonna have a chip on his shoulder. I think they're gonna have something to prove this year. So I'm going with the Ravens.
All right, yeah. So AFC sleeper, I'm going Jaguars. The top team, man, that's tough. Flake, you switched up and it took me, but I feel like Lamar gonna finally put his stamp on it and at least get them there. So I would pick them as a favorite right now, just by as a healthy team. That's gonna be a lot to deal with when you get into the playoffs. If you can't stop the run, they're gonna definitely control their clock. So I think he got enough can bring them home for that. NFC sleeper. Oh man, I think the Panthers are gonna be sneaky good. And that favorite, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's them 49ers too rough, bro. They too rough. Dog. That defense so trio, bro. I just think that whoever behind center just don't turn the ball over, bro, and they gonna get them there. Like it's yeah, but I say 49ers and then the sleepers on the Carolina. They look nice right now. I like what they're doing. And if Stroud can find his little, not Stroud, what's his darn name? He's the #1 pick too.
Bryce Young,
yeah. Now if he could get a little flow, I think they're gonna be straight. So we're gonna see. Yeah.
Okay, so my AFC favorites, I'm gonna go to Browns. The Browns, my favorites. I just think Deshaun got something to prove. They got some weapons. They got a hell of a running back. Everything. So I'm gonna go to Browns. My NFC favorites. That's tough for me. My NFC favorites. Oh shoot. I'm gonna say damn.
You know what your heart want to say. You know what your heart want to say.
No, because I'm not even gonna pick my team. So I'm gonna go Philly. I'm gonna go Philly because Jalen tough, and I think last year was a precursor to his career, and his Super Bowl performance shows you just what type of player he is, and how much grit and dog he got in the fight. My NFC sleeper, I got two teams though, or two teams. One, and the reason why I got two is because one is predicated on if my boy come back. I got the Cardinals, but that's only if Kyler Murray come back and play over 10 games. But my real sleeper is the Bears. I think Justin Fields and what he got with Moore and what was his other receiver's name that's been with him for a couple of years? I can't think of his name, but the fast dude and everything. Then Claypool and all that other stuff. I think
that ain't bad.
Yeah.
About mid-season last year, they got going.
Yeah.
Ain't a bad hit.
Yeah, and then my AFC sleeper. AFC sleeper. I'm gonna go Chargers. I kind of wanted to say Pittsburgh, but I'm gonna go Chargers. So who y'all got Super Bowl pick?
Cowboys and the Ravens.
Who you got winning?
Cowboys.
Rose.
I would say
definitely not gonna be them.
It's all good, sir. I'm realistic. I'm not biased when it comes to where we at. As long as we get into the playoffs, I think that's a good year compared to where we was at last year. But I'm glad I'm not Cowboy drunk. However, the Super Bowl is going to be, I think it's going to be the year of the mobile quarterback. I think it's going to be Philly representing the NFC and Lamar representing the AFC. You on mute.
Hey, I had unhittable. But you went from your favorites, the 49ers, to Philly in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day,
I can see them being in the NFC Championship game and that Philly defense get on Brock Purdy's head, boy. I can see that.
But that San Francisco defense could get on Jalen Hurts' head because that's what
Hurts got more experience. Purdy, you get to rattling him up. He only played a few games last year. He's still almost like a rookie. You get to rattling him up. You might not know. That experience make a difference.
I think Purdy good, but I think like I said, with the tape on him and defenses not being surprised and everything, he not what people think he is. But I don't think he's sorry or no bum at all. But I don't think he what people think he is.
I think he's just gonna be just like Jimmy G was when he left the Patriots, and you can sell him if he stay consistent, but it ain't gonna. He hit his peak. Nick Foles, anybody else that's behind a starting quarterback that was at a real deal. Once they can look in on you, you better be coming with something different. If not, that's your ceiling right there.
Yeah. But Super Bowl, I got like I said, now I'm gonna stick with them, Cleveland. Even though I want to put the Bills in there for some reason. I want to put the Bills in there, but I'm gonna go Cleveland. Super Bowl, AFC, NFC. I got Philly going back. Now I just gotta say this though. I gotta say this because I gotta be honest with myself. I really think Cowboys really got a real chance, but I still know that we got some work to do. So I gotta wait till like game 6 to see what's happening before I change. So we could do a mid-season thing and we could come back and then I could be like, okay, my Cowboys in it. But I just got to see one because we need another back. Even though Deuce Vaughn, all that, and he's small, whatever, but we need one more back. And Tony Pollard ain't no 20, 25 carry back a game for a full 17 game slate. And I know we got I can't think of his first name, but Davis. I know he's gonna get some burn. Then we got Deuce Vaughn and all that stuff. But I still need another. We need a proven back. And then so I got Philly, Cleveland, and I got Cleveland bringing it home. I got Deshaun saying, yeah, this is why I got 230 guaranteed. Even when I set out of whatchamacallit. I just got that much faith in Deshaun, and then I also like them picking up Elijah Moore, trading for Elijah Moore. You know, Amari Cooper, a hell of a route runner, even though he dropped some balls here and there, and he get injured every now and then. But he whatchamacallit. Donovan People-Jones, they got 2 good tight ends, and they arguably got one of the best, if not the best back, one of the best backs in the league. The Negro averaged 5.4 yards a carry for his career. Like, I think he's only behind Jim Brown with a minimum of so many carries and everything for that. And he's just a dog. So I really think and I believe in Deshaun, and so I got Cleveland winning. Yeah, but Rose, I seen you laughing at me. What you got to say?
Well, it's not really much, man. I just, I admire your growth and just, the honesty in regards to. Let's just look at this shit for a minute before we get to going too crazy. Like, that's just the truth. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Not a fan at all, but it really ain't no excuses down there in Arlington. It really ain't, dog.
Our run game.
And whoever don't hold their weight, it's gonna be obvious because the offense got weapons, defense trio. So whoever don't do what they need to do, they need to make the decision to go and make it happen, man. Or Jerry just needs to go on and pass the ball off and let some people start making some real decisions within the group and not running as a dictatorship, because it's something that's keeping them from getting to that ceiling in the last 25, 26 years. So, I mean, the talent there, bro. Like, I'm hands down, that's top 3 team in the league, bro. To me,
Jerry Jones is the reason.
Could be, but he needs to realize that if not, he ain't gonna see another one before he kick the bucket. That's all I got,
though. MVP pick.
Lamar Jackson.
MVP this year. Oh. Damn, that's a good one. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Deshaun on that one because I feel like they go like 11-5 or 10-6. Yeah, I'm gonna go with them.
I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts, but I got Deshaun as my number 2. But I'm gonna say Jalen Hurts. I think he probably should have won it last year, but they gave it to Patrick Mahomes. And I mean, Patrick Mahomes, you can't argue against giving it to him, but I think Jalen had just did enough, and his team excelled and all that other stuff to where he should have got it. But so I think he's gonna have another year comparable to that, if not better. And so I think they're gonna give it to him because they realize, like, oh, Jalen for real, that wasn't just a one-time deal, so he got to earn it. But I do have Deshaun as my number 2. Defensive player of the year. Now for this one, I guess I'll go first. For this one, I'm gonna pick my home team, Michael Parsons. I think he been number 2 the past 2 years, his rookie season, his sophomore season. I think this is the year he get over the hump, and I think he's gonna be the defensive player of the year.
I'm going the same. I'm going the same. No, I ain't
Oh yeah, I'm thinking Joey Bosa.
he still ain't have a contract yet, right?
Joey?
Yeah.
No, they need to pay him. But
no. Joey got one. You talk about Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
No, which one played for the 49ers?
Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah, Joey got one. Yeah, Nick. You talk about Nick, but I don't think Nick came to an agreement yet still, so I think he's still sitting out.
But if he played him, I just can't say that other one for the life of me. But he a dog, though. He a dog.
I'm gonna put my number 2 defensive player of the year gonna be
Sierra.
Sierra.
Everybody ask you about no second.
She gonna put it on Russell where he ain't gonna be able to do shit this year.
All right, man. Y'all got y'all Supreme Black Business and Person of the Week, man. We got
Hold up. One more question. Offensive player of the year.
I'm sticking with my same MVP. My MVP was Lamar Jackson. And then if he win MVP, of course it's gonna be offensive player. Could not be, but I'm gonna stick with that too.
I'm gonna go with that one just because it could be. I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson.
Oh, you giving it to him again because I think he won that last year. You giving it to him again?
Yeah, he really all they got now. So
I don't think he gonna be what he was last year, and I don't think Kirk Cousins gonna do what he did to get him the ball last year. So, not that Justin Jefferson ain't capable, but I still don't think he gonna do what he did last year on his own. But I also think Kirk Cousins gonna regress some more, so I can't give it to him. I'm gonna go. Even though they don't got no line, and I was saying I was worried about that line, I'm gonna go Garrett Wilson because he got Rodgers throwing him the ball and everything. So I'm gonna go Garrett Wilson. And I think Garrett Wilson gonna put up some big numbers. But yeah, so that's it for me for my NFL questions or whatever. Y'all got anything to add before we get to this Black Business Minute? Okay, so for the Black Business Minute this year, we got Hotel Drice. Hotel Drice is in Fort Worth, Texas. It is you can find them on Instagram at Hotel Drice, and you spell Drice D-R-Y-C-E. Hotel Drice is a boutique hotel. It was formulated in the COVID years. It don't have the exact year it was brought into existence, but it is Black owned by Jonathan Morris is the owner of Hotel Drice, and he decided to the reason why he wanted to do it is because he wanted to show people coming in and tourists coming in what his city brought to the state, but also to the world and what it meant and everything. They have craft drinks, and they also do certain things that's structured around Fort Worth. And so Hotel Drice is our Black Business Minute. Go out and visit it. They got 21 rooms, so it's not a big hotel, but it got 21 rooms where you could go in there and get your room for a night or for a weekend, do a weekend stay with a boutique experience, supposedly some bomb ass drinks or whatever. So Hotel Drice is our Black Business Minute for the week. Salute.
Hey, yeah, salute to them, man. And make sure you send that to me too, so I can make sure I post it with when we post the episode. That's dope. What you got, Flizzy?
All right. For our Supremely Black Person of the Week, we have Benjamin Oliver Davis Sr., born in 1877, died in 1970. Mr. Oliver Davis Sr. was the Army's first African-American general officer. He served in the military for 50 years, from 1898 to 1948. I will not go through all the commands he held because it is a lot. But he was involved in the Spanish War, the Philippine War, the Mexican Border War, World War I and World War II. His awards is Army Distinguished Service Medal, the Bronze Star Medal. He got the highest award in France. Y'all not gonna give me this week. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. And then he got the Order of Star of Africa award as well. He attended Howard University. He was a native of Washington, D.C. and attended Elm Street High School, where he attained his first military experience. He went on to the military and became the first African-American or Black general officer for the United States Army. And that is Benjamin Oliver Davis Sr. Thank you for your service, sir. We appreciate you. And you are a Supreme Black Person Elite. With that being said, I'm sure a lot of women turned off by now with all the football talk, but we'll be back next week. They won't be so sports related. So for all my queens out there, put your crown on, tip that thing to the side, let them know you are a queen. For all our kings out there, put your crown on, tip that thing to the side, let them know you are a king. And we are supremely black, and we out.